Hey Franz, this is the beginning of the project. I'll hopefully edit this down a little bit so it's maybe not so long-winded. I'm in my utility hallway thing. To the left is the garage and this is the house. And we had to make some educated guesses about where things were or what things were. So we got lucky the other day and I saw this little knob in the wall. So I'm going to turn that off and see if it stops the water in the rest of the house. We tested it against the utility sink and it seemed to work okay. Well, here's the next fun part, getting the remaining water out so I can take the toilet apart. So I'll give you a little preview of that. Normally, as you're probably aware, we'd have a toilet plunger and we would force the water down the drain. Well, guess what we don't have, because we're new to the house, we don't have a toilet plunger. Next thing would be to get the rest out of the bottom of the tank. That was fun. So, of course, I forgot all my tools. And what tools do I need? Wrenches and all kinds of things, I think. Alright, pour this out. And okay, here we go. I had to get a screwdriver. Those giant lugs, when I took off the I wish you were here, Franz. That's probably, you can probably be smarter than me about what the heck's going on here. Okay, sorry we had to stop the video for a little bit. Sid had found out that there had been about 3 rows of caulk around the base. So, oh no!
Camera. Turn off your camera, set it down.
Okay, well, I'm not going to take that part out of the video because that was awesome. Anyway, the bolts were rusted as per usual, so we oil soaked those. Sid cut the bead of the caulk, and we got one side off, which was great, but the other one needed a sawzall to take off that bolt, and so it came up okay. Unfortunately, the toilet fell over right there in front of us and shattered. Well, we weren't keeping it. It was a broken toilet anyway, so that's okay. But taking it outside was an exercise. So our next piece of fun is to get this this valve off the wall. And so here we go with that part next. Well, as if this adventure doesn't keeps on getting more exciting. We have so much was lost, and there was so much great video that we missed. I don't even remember where we just left off, but we pulled the old toilet out. We got that out. That drop and broke, so we got video of that. We took that outside. And so we started, well, okay, before we address the flange problem, which I'll show you here in a second, the valve was our big problem. So of the 2 valves I purchased, neither was the correct kind. So I went and back down there and had to get one that was like a pressure fitting, where the collar is already attached to the pipe, and that means you can set the valve anywhere you want, and then we tighten the collar down. So we turned off the water and drained everything, and we turned the water back on. And I had told Sid, I think I can hear you through the wall, so if it starts dribbling, just tell me to turn it off. And all I heard was screams. So I turned it off immediately, ran in here, she was completely drenched. We hadn't turned off the valve on the wall, and it hit the ceiling and soaked the whole place, so we just finished drying that all out. And long story short, it was still dripping, and we had to turn it off the water, drain the water again, and retighten. And now I think we're in a good space. So now I'm about to scrape out what remains of the top of the flange, which is completely rusted away. So more likely than not, we're going to buy one of those bolt-on ones that you screw in, but I got to scrape away all the rust and the ickiness. So I got my little shop back here, and I'm going to be taking a whack at that. Let's see here. Here's our valve that neither of us trusted. It was pouring out of the wall here, but everything looks nice and dry. And then you can see the age of the valve. I think one too many leaky years got to this thing, so I'm gonna clean all that out. There's not even the spot where you would normally put your T-bolt, gone completely. So I'll scrape that out. And unfortunately, the linoleum is also in bad shape here, and but neither of us wants to go that far on a cleanup just yet to rip the linoleum out. But she said it's not even attached, the adhesive, so the floor's probably got some damage to it too. Oh, the joy of having a new old house. All right, I don't think we're going to get the flange tonight, but that'll probably be on our next chunk of video.